Welcome to Creative Genius Labs. I'm your host, Zane Wild. Today, on Creative Genius Labs, what if I told you that the man who painted worlds with words, the Nobel laureate Gabo, almost lost everything before he even began? Today, we uncover the audacious gamble he took, risking his family's livelihood for a dream that will make you question what you're willing to sacrifice for your own passions. The trembling hand hovers over blank paper, fingers struggling to grasp the pen. Gabriel García Márquez, the master storyteller who once wove entire worlds from memory, can no longer remember what he had for breakfast. In 1965, at age 38, García Márquez made a decision that would either destroy his family or change literature forever. With 2 young children to feed and drowning in $12,000 of debt, he quit his stable advertising job to pursue an impossible dream. You might think this was reckless. Perhaps you felt that same pull toward something greater, even as responsibilities and obligations anchor you to safety. Picture yourself at 9 years old in a house where ghosts are as real as the morning sun. This was Gabo's childhood in Aracataca, Colombia. His grandmother would describe supernatural events with the same matter-of-fact tone she used to announce dinner. Meanwhile, his grandfather, a liberal colonel, filled his head with tales of civil wars and banana plantation massacres. These weren't just stories. They were prophecies of the writer Gabo would become. When you look back at your own childhood, what seemingly ordinary moments shaped your extraordinary dreams? The universe has a peculiar way of shattering our planned paths to reveal our true ones. For Gabo, it came in 1948. As a law student in Bogotá, he witnessed the assassination of politician Jorge Eliezer Gaitán. The subsequent riots forced him to abandon his legal studies. But this violent upheaval planted the seeds of something greater, a deep understanding of how reality in Latin America often surpassed the wildest imagination. Think about the moments when life derailed your carefully laid plans. Were they truly derailments or redirections? In the cramped newsrooms of Mexico City, Gabo earned his living as a journalist. But between deadlines and daily reports, another kind of truth kept breaking through. He'd scribble fiction in margins, capturing the magical reality he saw everywhere. His colleagues thought him strange. How could supernatural events belong in serious writing? But Gabo knew something they didn't. Sometimes the most fantastic tales reveal the deepest truths. Then came the drive to Acapulco. Like all pivotal moments, it arrived without warning. The first line of what would become 100 Years of Solitude struck him with such force that he turned his car around immediately. He knew what he had to do, even though it meant risking everything. For 18 months, Gabo locked himself away in what he called the cave of the mafia. His wife Mercedes pawned their possessions, the heater, the radio, even her hair dryer, just to mail his manuscripts. Each morning from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., he entered a fugue state, channeling the stories that had been building inside him since childhood. When was the last time you believed in something so completely that you were willing to risk everything for it? If you're enjoying Creative Genius Labs, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. Unlock hacks that make Vinci, Banksy, and Lady Gaga creative giants. Now, back to the episode. The gamble paid off beyond imagination. 100 Years of Solitude sold out its first printing in a week. Within years, it would sell over 50 million copies in 50 languages. Critics who once dismissed magical realism as fantasy now celebrated it as revolutionary. Gabo had done more than write a novel. He had shown the world how to see reality through new eyes. Success brought its own complications. His friendship with Fidel Castro made him a controversial figure. Some called him a traitor to democracy. Others saw him as a voice for the voiceless. Through it all, Gabo remained steadfast in his belief that a writer's duty was to witness history, not judge it. When you stand firm in your truth, are you prepared for the world to misunderstand you? Life's greatest ironies often carry the deepest meanings. The man who had preserved generations of memories in his stories began losing his own to dementia. His birthplace, Arikataka, became a pilgrimage site for readers, while he struggled to remember the streets where he once played. Yet even in this cruel twist, there was a kind of poetry. The stories remained, outliving their creator's memory. They continued to inspire writers from Salman Rushdie to Mo Yan, proving that once released into the world, our creations take on lives of their own. But this isn't just about following dreams. It's about recognizing that your greatest gift to the world might require your greatest sacrifice. At 38, Gabo could have chosen security. He could have remained an advertising copywriter, providing steadily for his family. Instead, he chose to risk everything for a truth he needed to tell. The world is richer because he did. Look at your life right now. What truth are you carrying that needs to be shared? What risk are you avoiding because the cost seems too high? Remember, Garcia Márquez didn't succeed because he was the most talented writer. He succeeded because at an age when most people settle for safety, he had the courage to bet everything on his vision. The only regret he had in dying was if it was not for love. Make sure your own story can say the same. On the next episode of Creative Genius Labs, Gabo's magical realism reminds us that stories can transcend reality. But what happens when the body becomes the story? What if I told you there was a visionary who, like Gabo, defied convention, pouring her soul into a unique art form even at the cost of immense personal sacrifice? Next week, we shift our focus to choreographers and dance innovators, individuals who dared to redefine movement. Prepare to witness the story of a woman who, despite facing constant rejection and battling her inner demons, etched her name into history through sheer determination and artistic brilliance. You won't want to miss this exploration of passion, pain, and the isolating nature of genius that defines true innovation. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. 7 days, 7 creative legends. Unlock your inner creative genius using the secret tactics of history's most revolutionary artists. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/CGL. Thanks for watching.